Hello, friends. I'm going to be reading to you today from Extreme Programming Explained by Kent Beck. This is the second edition. Today we're going to cover the preface and the acknowledgments. The goal of extreme programming is outstanding software development. Software can be developed at lower cost, with fewer defects, with higher productivity, and with much higher return on investment. The same teams that are struggling today can achieve these results by careful attention to and refinement of how they work, by pushing ordinary development practices to the extreme. There are better ways and worse ways to develop software. Good teams are more alike than they are different. No matter how good or bad your team, you can always improve. I intend this book as a resource for you as you try to improve. This book is my personal take on what it is that good software development teams have in common. I've taken things I've done that have worked well and things I've seen done that worked well and distilled them down to what I think is their purest, most extreme form. What I am most struck with in this process is the limitations of my own imagination in this effort. Practices that seemed impossibly extreme 5 years ago when the first edition of this book was published are now common. 5 years from now, the practices in this book will probably seem conservative. If I only talked about what good teams do, I would be missing the point. There are legitimate differences between outstanding teams' actions based on the context in which they work. Looking below the surface, where the activities become ripples in the river, hinting at shapes below, there are intellectual and intuitive substrate to software development excellence that I have also tried to distill and document. Critics of the first edition have complained that it tries to force them to program in a certain way. Aside from the absurdity of me being able to control anyone else's behavior, I'm embarrassed to say that that was my intention. Relinquishing the illusion of control of other people's behavior and acknowledging each individual's responsibility for his or her own choices in this edition, I have tried to rephrase my message in a positive, inclusive way. I present proven practices you can add to your own bag of tricks. No matter the circumstances, you can always improve. You can always start improving with yourself. You can always start improving today. So also, I'd like to cover the acknowledgments. So Kent Beck says, I would like to thank my most excellent group of reviewers, each of whom spent considerable time reading and commenting on the manuscript. Several names there. The Silicon Valley Partner Group, who also provided valuable feedback on the drafts. Thanks to the production staff at Pearson, and Paula, my editor, saw me through difficult times with humor and understanding. He taught me lessons in the value of relationships. Eric Gamma, my pair programming partner, provided conversation and feedback. The owners and staff of Bluestone Bakery and Cafe that kept the hot chocolate and broadband flowing. Jolie edited copy and collected garbage. All of my children spent many hours at the Bluestone while we edited. Gunjan provided thought-provoking questions. And finally, I cannot possibly give sufficient thanks to my wife, development editor, friend, and intellectual colleague, Cynthia. So anyway, this is the opening bits and pieces of Extreme Programming Explained. And I hope you enjoyed that, and I hope you took that away from that. The thing that I made a note on the side of this when I was reading through it, what change will you make today to improve yourself? So with that, thank you all for your time. Have a wonderful day.